Atari started with $250. And we figured out ways. We started out sort of a work for hire, and then we grew and we got a little bit better cash flow, and pretty soon we could get into the business. I've founded over 20 companies, and I love the process of startup. I think that the power of the blank sheet of paper is way underrated. The number one message that I want to give is just do it. Start. And don't start by thinking about it. Start by doing something about it. And a lot of entrepreneurs, I call them wanterpreneurs, because they want to be an entrepreneur, but they don't really know how to start. And generally they start by thinking, I have to raise money. You're thinking of the wrong thing. Figure out a product or a service that you can do tomorrow with no money, or with the amount of money you have in your wallet. And what that'll give you is a lot of skills that'll be necessary as you get bigger. What the entrepreneur needs to do is figure out how to have his company succeed without raising money. And a lot of people say, what? I have to go get venture capital. Not really. One of the problems with new startups is many times it's a product, not a company, that it doesn't have scale. Today, there's some wonderful tools that didn't exist, like Indiegogo and Kickstarter. All these things have a wonderful way of doing very cheap test marketing. The nature of the internet, it allows your company to be global day one, which is really fun, because in Atari, we didn't go international for 3 years, because we just didn't think that way. And now it's global instantaneously. First rule, you always have an area where you push different. In every company, there's a budget. Is it 5%? Is it 8%? Is it 3% of sales? And you say, this is money that we're going to lose or learn. Number two, you want to have a really open dialogue about new things. And you also want to make people feel secure that they can innovate and they can try things and they're not going to lose their job. I believe that almost everybody has a creative spark, and that the problem is not necessarily really finding the next Steve Jobs, but enabling the next Steve Jobs. If you have 3 stages between a creative person and the decision maker, all those middle managers, they think it's their job to say no. And that's one of the reasons why I always try to keep my management structure very flat. What we want to do is constantly change the dialogue so that you say, not only is product success important, but knowledge. And when you try something new, if you're careful, you can learn a huge amount and find out where the market is going, what the technology can do. The idea is to push the envelope and figure out ways to do tests that are cheap. Make it easy to say yes. If your idea is to spend $1 billion, it's really hard. But if it costs $4.50, then it's easy to do the test. So right size the project. It's about feedback. It's about learning. Be a learner. Don't be a dogmatic, this is my idea, therefore it has to be right, therefore everybody that doesn't want it is stupid. It's the worst attitude. One of the things that is the curse of adulthood is that people say, don't act like a child. And I say, no, act like a child, think like a child, because a child, everything is possible. If society thinks you're nuts, you might actually be being creative. Because if you look throughout history, the true innovators were thought to be a little bit crazy. So what you really want to do is hire people with passion. Today, with the internet, you can train yourself to do anything if you have passion.